In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smiling. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up, I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Good morning to the DMV and the rest of the world. This is your girl Reese, aka Yes, the best that ever did it. Yes. And today is Freaky Friday. Y'all know what it do. And I am here with my super producer Molly Mall, C Moss Boss. I'm in here with some of my favorite comedians and podcasters of the world, which is Dad Mentality, Rodney. Hey, Rodney. And then JoJo Becky. Hey, y'all.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, everybody? We're making it do what it do. I'm trying to find the Morning Mac show for the day so I can bring the people in on the day. Okay, here you go. I got it. I think it said, there it is. There it is. Boom. I got it. So I'm sending it to
I'm always
Huh? What you say? Did I
so I'm always happy to join you.
Thank you. And I'm always happy to have y'all guys because y'all are hilarious. And I love the conversations that we have. We be talking about some serious stuff that we're in the community that people need to talk about some things, you know. And yes, if y'all wondering, I'm trying a new look. Look, I told y'all I'm getting ready for November the 5th to show. Rodney, did you get your tickets for November the 5th? Y'all make sure you and the crew bring all the guys and stuff out. Go to Eventbrite November the 5th. Tickets are just $20. Come on out and support your girl. Rodney, get the whole crew out, Rodney.
I got you. I'm gonna tell them we're gonna go see the sweetest cheek in comedy.
Sweet cheek.
The sweet cheek of comedy. There we go.
She only got one. That's okay. You can put a bow on it like it's brand new. So, yes. But look, it don't nothing beats that ass whooping that the Commanders got last night from the Bears.
I picked the Bears.
Oh yeah, they got their ass whooped.
That was the ghost of Dick Buckus.
Yeah, that was. Hey, look, they played good last week though. So they played good last week. So you know, they just had a meltdown in the end of the game.
Did I call it the AKA the former Redskins, formerly known as the Redskins? They got their ass beat against the Bears. Them Bears was like the Revenant. Them Bears mauled their ass last night. Man, I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm done. I was like, I'm gone. I'm gonna go watch something else. I said, because this game is shot to hell. And I was rooting for the damn Commanders. I said, wouldn't you know it? But that's probably why they lost, because I was rooting for them. It was like, wait a minute. She jumping shit. Ain't she a Cowboys fan? I'm a Cowboys do or die. That don't mean I can't root for other teams. Yeah.
That's right. You're a grown-ass woman.
That's right. And, you know, and at that time, against the Bears and the Commanders, who would I root for? I would root for the Commanders. Okay? It's simple as that. And I'm sorry. I'm actually sorry that they lost. But it seemed like they always do. It seemed like them games are set up. It's almost like they should have won those games, especially how they was playing. And the Bears didn't win no game in a minute. And all of a sudden, it takes Dick Buckus dying to get the Bears back on their winning streak.
No. It took a young brother, Justin Fields. It took Fields, the young brother.
He been playing with the young
slinging that pill. That's what it was. The ghost ain't do nothing but just check out the new scenery from his new skybox. That's all the ghost did. Justin
You don't
Fields
think that it didn't rev the team up?
And that boy Moore, he went to the, I think he played for the Maryland, if I'm not mistaken. He cut up last night. He had 3 touchdowns. So Dick Buckus ain't do nothing but get a new skybox. You know, that's it.
Spirit of Dick Buckus was floating around there. You ain't going to tell it that they didn't rev them boys up. You ain't going to say that they didn't get them some camaraderie.
I feel motivation, but it was the arm of the young brother and the hands of the young brother that handled that put that beat down on the Commanders.
Well, whatever. It was Dick Buckus. Let's see if they keep doing it. Let's see if they keep doing
it. It was the Commanders quarterbacks forgetting they was playing the game and just letting Moore run silly behind the defense. It was ridiculous how open that kid was.
Yep. I was watching that. I said, well, the first part, when the boy fumbled at the very beginning, and that was on the Bears side, but then they made up for it. I'm like, oh, he doesn't gain 58 yards. And that, you know, I was like this. Like, I told Misha, I said, whoever wins this game is going to be the one who get the first touchdown. And it was the Bears. And I told her then, I said, they got it. Boom. Look, I was right about my prediction. But anyway, on to the other news. The other news is because They Are Funny is here. Sherri Shepherd is here in town. And it's going to be a lot of other comedians, right? She on Fox News now. And I be telling Joe, read my book, Joe. Joe, this is your time, Joe Claire. Pass the book on to Sherri. So I need everybody out there to tell Sherri, why don't y'all pick Reese so she can do the laugh lounge, because she's 50 and older, and she is a mother, because she's looking for somebody for her competition when the laugh lounge, and I'm ready. I'm 50 and old to get him a second chance. And if my ass story ain't enough to get a second chance, I don't know what is. I do not know what is. You can't give a girl that's down on her cheek a second chance, Sherri. You can't give a girl that can't turn the other cheek. This is my last shot. I can't turn the other cheek. Sherri Shepherd, I'm 50 and older, and I'm ready. Come see me. Come get on the show, Sherri.
You gotta stop turning them cheeks and spread them cheeks.
Good morning to the Phoenix is on with us today. You so quiet, Phoenix. What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
She must got something in her mouth. She must put it in her mouth.
Freaky Friday.
It's Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
It's Freaky Friday, and the topic is your first time. Now I'm gonna get up close and intimate with some of y'all, and if you choose not to answer, just say I'm gonna let that one slide. That's how we're gonna do it. If I get too intimate, because I want to know your first time, your first kiss, your first mwah, your first mwah, everything. Everything got a first, and I want to know that. Do you remember your first? Do you go back to that time and be like, oh, you be like singing, As I stand here contemplating who do I love?
I had mouthwash in my mouth. If I had something else in my mouth, I wouldn't be on this show. Okay.
Like them dirty little secrets. No, see, that's how a talented woman do. She can lie and talk at the same time. I'm gonna teach you. We're gonna practice. I'm gonna show you how to do it.
Where y'all practicing at?
You said what?
Where y'all practicing at? Y'all gonna need some practice squad players.
Let me get my glass on and ready. So while I dig into these questions and to this Freaky Friday. It's Freaky Friday, but it's a beautiful day Friday. It's a beautiful day because they were our funniest here. Bob Sumner and the gang. Oh my gosh, there's going to be some awesome shows this weekend down there on the waterfront at the Wharf. Am I saying it right? Wharf.
We know what you mean. We know what you mean.
Wharf. Wharf at the Wharf. At the Wharf. So it's the two arenas down there. They're gonna be back to back. Like one show gonna be at 7:30 or 8:30. Then the other show start at 10:30. So as you leave one arena, you go to the next side. All down there. I mean, I haven't been down there since they built it up, since it was all brand new. So I don't know what nothing looks like, but I was told it was nice and it was like that. And also they're gonna have a bunch of workshops and all that great stuff. That's if you have purchased the package to do the workshop during the day for the comedians that need to be taught to be funny. And that can take, or they stage presence. The comedy just not getting up there telling jokes like I was saying yesterday. It's the hard thing to do. And people say, okay, yeah, I can tell jokes because I did the skits. Skits are a lot easier than up there in front of hundreds of strangers that you don't know and trying to tune in to where you fit in to tell what jokes you want to tell is going to make these group or demographic of people laugh. Can I get an amen on that, JoJo? Am I wrong or right?
You right about that.
Huh?
A woman.
A woman. I got my A woman because I'm looking for amen. You saw that on my post. I was like, amen. I'm like, no, can I get an amen like that? So one of the things. But
well, God is all and everything. So amen and a woman is all a blessing. And
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. Dang it, boy. Don't let me go get the church hat. I've been looking like Miss Maddie. Hey.
Does your wig and your hat attach to each other? Do they attach? You just put the wig on and the hat already on that joint?
Like I said, I'm doing a new look.
Oh, you look fly, motherfucker. I like the wig game, Shorty. I love the wig game. You can wash your head when you do the wig game.
Look, Weezy, come over here and braid my hair down. I'm gonna need you, honey. I'm gonna need you soon. And I gotta keep the wigs coming. So I see y'all. I'm waiting for my audience to tell me what look they like for this. For November the 5th. I can't wear all of them on November the 5th. It's not like I'm doing the show headlining, not yet. But I think I could do a one-woman show because I watched Whoopi Goldberg do her thing. And I said, I can do that.
I think you can bring a little box with all your wigs on there and set it up and ask the crowd which one they like the best. I ain't gonna take a couple minutes.
That'd be a good idea.
There you go.
Now I'm planning on getting on there and be like a disco ball. I want to bring the glitter and the diamond. I'm like, woo! Bring the fun because that's what I am. And I want y'all to tell Sherry Shepherd, write the letters, fly her inbox or whatever. I'm gonna have to do like I did for Joe Claire because I did write Fox 5 a letter for Joe Claire. Say he funny, have him on there all the time with Wisdom Martin. And look what happened to Joe. He got on the show. I'm not saying I had anything to do with it, but I'm saying that I was in there voting for him to do it. Maybe it was my letter, maybe it wasn't. because somebody be watching the news, the Fox 5 News, because I noticed when we touch on stuff here, they running back to us on the news later. So I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. I'm like, but I love to be the first that said it. And I don't like the one to be the one to say, I told you so, but I told you so. Just like I told the Commanders they was going to get their butt beat yesterday.
But you was cheering for him, though. But you was cheering for him, though.
Yes, I always cheer for the underdog. So,
for real?
So I'm a Dallas cowgirl, and we always cheer for the Redskins so we get a chance to whip their ass for Thanksgiving. And then again, you know, they're being this, you know, pop. And Dallas right now has been doing their thing. Oh, good morning, Bubba Sperry. Look, everybody that's tuning in, did y'all get your tickets for November the 5th show? Arlington Draft House. Doors open at 6. Showtime is at 7 p.m. Bubba, get your tickets. I keep telling people they only $20 because they sold out of all of the premier seating. That's the one right up around the stage as you go in. But Arlington Draft House is huge. But with the thing about Arlington Draft House, every seat is a good seat. It's one of those venues. I love it. It reminds you of a movie theater. Exactly. That's exactly what it is like. And how the stage is, and every seat is a good seat. And I love the wait staff. And there's one of this drink, like a Star Wars drink, is delicious. Woo! And I'm not even a drinker, but that would sneak up on me. So, Arlington Draft House, November the 5th. Y'all only got 4 weeks. I only got 4 weeks to prepare to give you a Damn Near My Show. It's the Dave Carter Just Call My Name tour when you go to Eventbrite. But it's featuring me, y'all. I got to tell my folks. It's featuring your girl. So, yes. Come out here.
Yeah.
Real quick. Where's Molly? How did his thing go last night? Did he say anything?
No. What happened? I didn't know Molly was doing something last night.
For his birthday, he had posted.
Molly's birthday was Sunday.
I know, but he did something last night for his birthday. They went out. And I didn't come because one, I had a show, but I also am trying to figure out what's going on because I ain't trying to get nobody sick. But Molly, I hope you had a wonderful time going out.
Molly, did you have a good time? I'ma choke Molly. You ain't even talking about the good time, Molly. We're gonna fight later. I'm gonna fight you later, Molly. I gotta give you your birthday list.
Don't fight.
You know, he didn't get his birthday list. Gotta give it to him.
Thanks.
Gotta give it to him.
On Freaky Friday, for real?
Where's Molly? No, that's like my little brother. That Molly is like my little brother.
Friday, you gotta watch how you talk on Freaky Friday.
All right, let's get into the freakiness for the Freaky Friday. Rodney, you ready? Mr. Dad Mentality. I want the first section of Freaky Friday. I want to talk about your first time. Do you remember your first time? Do y'all remember your first time like it was yesterday? And some people
first time what?
Right. Getting your cherry popped.
Oh. Of course I did. Oh, Lord. Who like to go first?
Huh?
JoJo, what was your first time like?
Who, me?
Yeah.
JoJo? Oh, I didn't know. I couldn't hear. I just broke up. I said, JoJo. Oh, my first time. I don't even think I remember much my first time on the sex tip, but foreplay and some head. I remember my first finger flicking, and I remember that real good. And I remember
why do you remember your first finger flicking? Tell me why you remember that.
Because it was my babysitter. It was
no.
Yeah.
That seems to be a common thing.
I mean, my mother used to work nights, so she used to ask somebody to come stay over with me, and sometimes, it's not that the girl was so much older than me or nothing, you know what I'm saying? But she was a little older than me. She was older than me. She was probably, I don't know if she was a freshman, maybe, I don't know. She might have been. You know, I wasn't a baby either, but she used to come
Who
stay
was
the
you?
night for company. I don't know, shit, probably about 7, 8.
7 or 8. Okay, an 8-year-old. Wait a minute. I have problems with that. 8-year-old fingering somebody.
All right, but we was already there. You know what I'm saying? We had already kind of played hide and go get it when we was
You
kids.
nasty.
You know what I'm saying? Stuff
You
like that, where you ain't
nasty.
really doing nothing, but you getting a little bit of game. You know what I mean? So rubbing
You a certified
on
freak.
things. So hey, look, don't be hating on my babysitter, yo. She
I
was a
ain't
good
giving.
thing
I'm
in
just
my
giving
life.
you a
You know what I
badge.
mean?
You
She
a
was a perfect
certified freak.
she was perfect for a nigga like me.
An 8-year-old toddler, you know, just fingering
Well, she
something,
was a
finger
young girl too.
banging.
She wasn't thinking like she like a grown ass woman either. Plus, this is back in the day when a kid was a kid. They wasn't grown ass motherfuckers watching grown up stuff as a child. You know what I mean?
Well,
We was
I'm
cool.
a parent of a young. My mom was doing it young too, so she was the babysitter age. So, ooh,
Yeah, I
that
mean, my
was
mother had me when she was in high school too. My mother had me at a young age, you know, as well. So you know,
15.
that was good though, because we vibe real good. I love that my mom close in age with me. You know what I'm
You
saying?
talking 15.
good morning, Lee.
Good morning. You talking 15. My mom was 15.
My mom was
She's
14. Anybody younger than that? Well, she did it at 13. But I just happened to come at 4. Anybody younger than that?
yeah, she
No.
did it at 14 and she did it at 14 and I came out no, she did it when she was 14 because I came out in March and she had just turned 15 that December.
You know, my son like with my mama too. They was doing it. So anybody younger than 13, Joe? Your mama?
No, my mother was 18.
Nah. No, my mother was still in high school.
18.
She was probably, I think my mother was 16 when she got pregnant, 17 when she had me, something like that.
Dad mentality, if you out there and you hear us, pop on in. Do you think that we are as promiscuous as our parents was, or do you think that we're more promiscuous?
I think we're more.
So you think you more than your mom was. I think my mom was more promiscuous than I was.
I don't know.
No, I didn't say me personally. I'm talking in general.
I'm doing it on your personal level. You.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
You.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I have had. Yeah, I think I am. I'm not promiscuous, but I'm sure I've had more partners than my mother.
You think you more than what your mom was? I
believe I am.
I know my dad is stronger than me. I know his pimp game way stronger than mine. I know my dad. I know I ain't nowhere because my daddy's still knocking him down now, and he's 70 years old, and he's still talking
knock him
crap.
down, Papa Dog. Knock him down.
You know, look, Joe. You know my dad. Joe know my brother. That that cloth that I'm talking about. They promiscuous. I'm sitting on the porch looking at them bark. I'm like, oh what? So, and then I think my parents was more out this section than I was, and I think I'm gonna tell you the reason why. Because my mother got popped at a young age. My grandparents yelled at me, sex is bad, 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 bad. No. So then I had hang-ups when it came to sex and getting out there, really getting out there. Now that I'm an older, mature woman that been through some stuff, I'm ready to get my freak on. But as you would have it, you got to be selected to who you get your freak on with. So I'm ready for somebody to rip me out the plastic because I'm feeling brand new. See, that's what
You ain't ready. You ain't ready. Stop playing.
I stay ready. You boy. You don't know, Joe. You ain't nothing but a snack.
Everybody look at the cameras right now. This is about for my answer to that.
JoJo, look, he just better beware. Buyer beware. So if you want this, anybody want this, buyer beware. As I look like Morticia from the Addams Family. You don't want no. You're not ready for this because I trust and believe. I want you to sign a waiver. I want you to say that I am not responsible for whatever bones may break or whatever shoulders may crack or whatever they may bend. I'm not responsible. The no balls clause.
You funny. All y'all talk that thing until that motherfucking rod up in y'all. Then that thing changed game. You know?
Oh, that thing don't change that. That's just the oil check. That's just the dipstick checking the oil.
That's
How
right.
much oil I got in this thing?
Usually that thing on E until niggas finish up with it. Then that thing filled back up. Y'all talk good until that thing up in you. Then it's daddy. You know what it is. Then it's daddy.
Let's say good morning to the people that's in the room. We got some folks here this morning. Louise, can you see the people?
In the chat? Hold on, let me see.
Yeah. Good morning, Slicky. That's my brother Slicky.
Yeah, we got Slicky, we got Kenneth, Molly Mall. I think that's all that's here right now.
Yeah, wait a minute. I see on my thing it says I see Michelle Pucciarelli, Bubba Sperry.
Oh, right.
Hey, Michelle.
Hey, Michelle.
Everybody say hey, Michelle, because everybody miss you. They wait for your return to comedy. Who else? Wait a minute. I got Molly said he will be right back. Okay.
No, that was me. I said I'll be right back.
Oh, Rodney.
Yeah, I'm back.
I can't see. Who said okay? I'm like, okay.
Molly said okay. I said I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm back though. All right, did I miss a question?
The question was, when was your first time? I want you to tell your story of your first time, and you missed it. Said that he remembered his first finger bang at the age of 8.
Maybe 7.
Okay.
You better have some he better have some good handwriting.
Maybe 7.
You know, well, for me, I did some experimenting before this particular time, but the first time that I actually knew what the hell I was doing and plotted out for it to actually get it done, I was about, I think I was 14, and her name was, I'm just going to give her first name, her name was Renee. And she came to the house. I was dating her and shit. I was dating her. We was all together. And we had did some other stuff, but this was the first time we was gonna actually had sex. So
what was the other stuff that you was doing at 14, Rodney? You in high school?
Well, you know, she Renee, God bless her soul, was exceptional head artist.
Oh,
so, she was definitely one of, you know, I love my wife, but you know, I still gotta send a shout out to Renee. She was out there. So
because boys at that age barely know how to wash behind their ears, let alone skippity pap on the nutsack the right way. And she down there slobbing on the knob. Slobbing on the knob. That Tony Baker. Thank you for my skippity paps, Mr. Tony Baker. I love that man. But he up there slobbing and gobbling on the knob. And you young and you know the wait a minute. That just took me back to a foreskin moment. No, I'm sorry.
You said skip.
So I got her down to my basement, and my brother had just left, and my brother was a big hater. So you know he wasn't trying to let me have sex at that young age. So he had just left. So I snuck her into the basement. I was trying to get to it before he got back, and so I had to pull. So I ain't gonna lie. When I put it in there, it was the best warm sensation I ever had in my life. And as soon as I got it in there, I was already doing the Luther Vandross. So
that's beautiful, yo. That's beautiful.
So then when I started woo-wooing, I knew that I was woo-wooing too early, too quick. So
You couldn't control it.
So I had to pretend. That I heard my brother upstairs. So I was like, oh, I think he here. And by then I had already busted. As I'm walking away, I'm busting everywhere. So you know,
you came out busting.
I'm busting everywhere, trying to pretend that I'm worried about my brother when I was really upset that I as soon as I got in there, I was done. So, I went out there, pretended my was there and shit like that. Had to get, starved for about 15 minutes, but I was 14, that's all it took. I was ready to go again. So, I did better on the second time around.
Okay. But good old Renee, y'all got to experiment and do some lovely finger banging. You good at throwing up gang signs, Rodney, I guess. You and JoJo. JoJo, throw me some gang signs out. HOOOFG sign language.
Oh, yeah. No.
Oh, wow. Lee, do you remember your first time?
Yeah, I was playing daddy under the house with this little girl by the name of Sabrina.
Now, how old was you up under the house?
I beg your pardon?
I said, now, how old was you?
I was about 5.
Damn, that beat JoJo's. JoJo's at least was finger banging at 7 or 8. You up
I was on top. I was on top, and her little brother was in the other room, and I was on top. We was under the house, and I was going at it. I didn't know what I was doing, but I'm not quite sure what was going on. But yeah, Gail caught us. Gail was the other little girl that was. She was like, "It's my turn. I want to be the mama," and I was like, "Okay."
I mean, your first actual sexual, you're adult that not adult, but when you was conscious of what you was doing. First time you popped your cherry. Where everybody dry humped. I even was dry humping.
Lee said it yesterday.
I don't even remember mine.
She said it yesterday.
That's where I'm at right now. I don't remember. I've had the thing is
I don't remember either.
The thing is about the sex. The thing is about the sex. I've dreamt about it so much in the past that I actually feel like I invented sex. So it's natural for me.
You don't remember your first sexual experience, whether it be with he or she,
not voluntarily, no.
Oh shit.
Oh.
I don't even know. I don't really remember who my first real thing was with neither, but I knew I was a hoe.
Damn. Yeah, 8 years old digging in girls' coochies. You up there?
Oh, that was just the beginning. I mean, that was just the beginning. That was just. But let me just tell you one part of that though that I didn't feed with you. In that comes a lot of training. Like she showed me how and where to touch at because I messed up off the jump. We were sitting on the couch watching TV, so I put my hand around her back, right? So I worked my way down her back. So the first time I went in, I think I hit the dirt hole. I think I was in the dirt hole the first time.
So he was doing the stanky leg.
Yeah, I did the stanky joint on the first joint, I think. So
Shorty just let you do it.
No, well, we got up and then got things together and showed me how to do it right. You know what I mean? Go in there and wash your hands off.
Come here, JoJo. I'm gonna show you how to play right.
Come on back in here, baby boy.
How old was she? And how old was she?
Young, and she was probably in middle school or something, or
like 14?
Maybe a freshman, maybe.
So she was like 14, because he was 18. He needed a babysitter.
She might have been 13ish. Yeah, I don't know. It didn't really matter much to me. All I knew is that I liked that feeling. It felt real good when it was wet. It didn't smell necessarily,
fishy. What I want with the story, because I was going to ask him. He said he remembered the finger banging. Did she let you put the little wee-wee in?
Them was in later dates. Later dates.
So
There
you
was
was trained and groomed by an older woman.
a couple of them actually. I lived in my neighborhood was kind of it was a little freaky, you know what I mean? I had a couple babysitters that got me right for my adult education, you know.
Okay, NYC Playboy said, is there anything that you would change about that first time?
I like to remember mine.
You like to what?
Remember mine.
I wish I had took a bullet out the chamber before I got in there. That's what I wish.
Hey, Rico. I saw Rico coming in the house. All right, Weezy, you up? Where Louisa go?
I'm right here.
It was the 3rd of September. I said I'll always remember.
No, I was 16.
Okay. You didn't play around. I mean, you didn't finger bang before. You didn't finish it.
Well, I was still 16.
Okay.
I really wasn't. I was like, boys were my friends. I ain't really, I was a tomboy, hung out with guys. They liked me, but I didn't really, I was more so they were my friends. So it took somebody that wasn't from around my neighborhood to get me, which is my children's father.
Oh, he got you. He got you good, huh? Okay, so I know you. Of course, you remember that. How that was. Was you sneaking? Where was y'all at? Did you plan it?
Well, it wasn't planned. It wasn't planned. Yeah, it wasn't planned at all. But he gave me my first hickey. Yeah, he gave me my first hickey. He did a lot of firsts because I wasn't out there like that. So.
Yeah, my son's father was a lot of firsts too, but I didn't had sex. He wasn't my first sexual partner, but my son's father was like my first of kiss, my first of a lot of things. He wasn't my first. I was dumb.
Well, he wasn't my first kiss. I had my first kiss at 6.
I mean, we were tongue kiss.
Oh yeah,
I wasn't letting no boy putting his tongue in my mouth because I was told at a very young age that was nasty. It was like swapping spit. They say you might as well open your mouth and let the man spit in your mouth, and that kind of stuck with me. Because I was grown, and I was like, ew. So, like I said, I started off young and slow and green, and but I'm ready now. I'm right for it now. Now you get it. Back then, I was still learning. Didn't know what felt like. I didn't even know what an orgasm was till I was 28 years old, and that's the God's honest truth. Didn't even know that. So, with that being said, I got a low start. I already had my son, but I had a low start on getting the pleasure, getting the rocks off, and know how to hump back and throw it back at you. I was running from the D. Now I'm running.
Hey.
See, that's the big difference. First I was
running. Hey, Althea.
Now I'm running to it. What? Like, jump out there, feeling froggy. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm a gangster.
Oh, Miss Althea, you still a virgin?
No, I ain't that. I ain't that.
It's color purple. Come on.
People's cherries. Where Keanu at? I'm ready to pop some people's cherries. Like,
Sure, I remember my first time experiencing a squirter, and I thought she pissed all over my bed.
And what you?
I didn't know what the hell that was. Huh?
Nothing like pee. And you was like, "Oh, she peed on me."
Yo, I didn't know what was going on. I thought I had broke that bitch. I was like, "Oh shit." I didn't know what the fuck that shit was.
And that sound like some adult baby. You was grown when you did that, Rodney?
No, I was 16. No, I had no clue. I didn't know what the hell that was. Was that?
What is this on me?
Yo, when she got up in my bed with soap, I was like, yo, did you piss all over my bed? Like what the fuck?
Hey,
But
friend,
nah,
said happy Friday, family.
I figured it out later.
You said you figured out later, man.
I figured it out later. Yeah. It was it was an experience.
Actually did to do. It was what a friend of my aunts and them, next door neighbor, his friend, everybody was hooking up, and I was dumb because I told him I wasn't a virgin. He was like, "Are you a virgin?" I'm like, "No, I know what I'm doing." I didn't. And I remember I was watching Soul Train, right? It was a Saturday. I don't know where I think I don't know. I think it was at my mother's house. I was coming over there on the weekends, and what nobody did. Anyway, dude was over there. It was a Saturday because I'm watching Soul Train, right? And I was like, no, I'm not a virgin, but I really was. And that was not the time that I got my cherry pop. That sex must have been that bad. I didn't get my cherry pop. All I felt was a lot of pressure. I'm like, I don't like this. And he was like, "You sure you were not a virgin?" And he popped like boom. He said, "Yeah, you was a virgin." And I was like, I was. I didn't see any blood. And then when I got with my second boo, my boyfriend, it was the first time I spent the night with a guy and everything. I was grown, I was an adult, I was out of school and I was working. And I remember because I told my grandmama that I was spending the night over my cousin's house. We was double dating. We was down at Haynes Point, and it was beautiful, right out of a movie, like it was like out of a movie. I got lipstick on his collar. I leaned my head on. We went to McDonald's. It was a double date. It was me, him, and my cousin, and his friend. It was nice. So and we planned it. So when I spent the whole night, and that's when EU, A Taste of Your Love was out. They played that song all night. And Sheila E., that slow song by Sheila E., and In Between the Sheets. Them 3 songs came on the radio back to back to back. I hated them songs. And I was like,
Hey, I got 2 questions for my brother. Tell the truth, my man, when the one that's had the squirter, right? Right? Tell the truth. Did you smell the wet spot? Did you smell the wet spot later on? Did you smell it?
You know he did.
I had to clean them sheets. I was worried about my mother. I had to clean them sheets.
You know you smelled that wet spot. You know you smelled that wet spot. Stop playing.
Look, that's not
maybe when I got older. Maybe when I got older, but nah, I had to clean them sheets before my mother got home.
And Miss
Isn't it good that you had a wash and dry in the house?
Balling, son. Hey, Miss Mac, you had you gave up the Miss Mac gave up the coochie for a Big Mac, huh? Big Mac, then Miss Mac. That man was Mac out that night. Boy, you put it on him. Mac out.
All I know is that my hymen didn't break then. I didn't get my cherry pop. I had sex and didn't get the cherry pop. What that mean? Louisa, what does that mean?
You had a quarter pounder with cheese. You ain't had the
You
Big
said
Mac.
what?
I said, what does that mean if you have sex for the first time but don't pop your cherry? That means you ain't
I don't know because my first time was done by finger.
He was
My cherry was popped, yeah.
That mean he was hitting the wrong hole.
No. He had really long fingers.
I'm talking about Reese.
What?
I'm saying you said that if you had sex and your cherry didn't get popped, that's because he was hitting a different hole. He wasn't hitting the right hole. You was enjoying something new.
I didn't enjoy it.
She was a virgin.
Sometimes you don't bleed. That's the you can bleed, but sometimes you don't bleed because depending on if you play sports or you're very active, your hymen can be broken before sex, and so sometimes you don't bleed.
Right, I didn't bleed at all, and I was like you said, I was very active.
But when you have to pass the hymen in order to have sex. I don't care how small a man's penis is or what you do. If you penetrate, you got to pass the hymen. But the thing is, if you don't bleed, that just means your hymen may have broken. You can break your hymen changing your pad or putting a tampon in. You know, it's just.
But why did I bleed the second time?
I don't know. Maybe he was.
I mean, and he thought I thought I was on my period. I said, "Wait a minute, where is this coming from?" I got scared, and he was scared, and then it stopped. And then I found out later.
Maybe he didn't know. Maybe like what Coach said. Maybe he wasn't where he was supposed to be the first time, or maybe he was.
No, the second time, like I said, the second time. It was like something out of a movie because I thought I was in love, and it was beautiful the second time, but I couldn't get my orgasm because he was a minute man. I'm like, oh damn.
But okay, so in the comments, NYC Playboy, Rico in here.
Hey,
Rico.
Rico.
NYC Playboy said, "Is there anything you would change about that first time?"
Okay, you go first, JoJo. Was there anything you changed about your first time?
Nah, I'd like to have a better recollection of it, but that's about it.
What about you, Rodney?
You ain't
I already told you. I wish I had emptied the chamber first. Before that way I would I would have lasted longer than I don't even think I got 3 strokes. I was like 2.5 strokes in, and I was all ready.
I thought I wasn't supposed to empty the chamber.
Yeah, he should have got that weak one about He ain't know though. You was a youngin', yo. You ain't know.
Yeah, I didn't know.
The first one is the weak one. I thought the last one was the weak one.
No, the first one is the
weak one is they never felt it.
Possibly slippery.
Oh, wow.
No, you got to get the first one out of the way. That way, after that, you last longer. If you don't get that first one out,
that's even into your adulthood, right? If you don't get the first one is always the weak one. I was too excited. Oh, you too wet. Oh, you too tight. You be like,
I would have waited. I would have waited. Not because it wasn't good. I would have waited because afterwards I went into some type of weird, like I had a weird couple of days after that. I started feeling like I just started not feeling like myself. So I think I would have waited.
What do you mean not feeling like yourself?
I think I had a minor flight of depression or something afterwards because I was in church, so you know how they.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then I just felt like I should have just waited. And I loved him, so it wasn't like it was just a random thing. We were going together, But it's just like I just didn't feel right afterwards. And I thought that because I let him get it, that he was going to break it with me and not want to deal with him anymore because a lot of that was going on, And so I just had to get myself together and figure it out. And he came in, he's like, "What's going? You okay? You all right?" And I don't know. I just had I felt weird, and then I just thought maybe he wouldn't deal with me no more because I gave it up.
You felt convicted because of the church. That's what I said. Why like I said, like the sex was really weird with me because we coming from young parents, and my grandparents stayed on me because didn't want me to make the same mistakes that they felt that my mom did. So a lot of getting out there having sex, and a lot of these old ismies, tons of old ismies, old age adders, old wives' tale, old bullshit that you tell the kids to keep them from having sex. I believed, like the one about if they blow on your coochie, your heart will bust, the air go up to your heart and you bust. Anybody ever heard that?
No, no.
You never heard that?
Well, your parents tricked the shit out you, yo.
It was my girlfriend Scarlett's mom that did that.
That's the second shit they did to you. They did 2 things to you. Told you the two fibs off the rip.
Those was Scarlett mama did that to us, and Scarlett was a teenage mama, and I wasn't, because I believed the shit that her mother was saying.
What was What was the first one she said to you? She said something to you. You said earlier. You said she told you something before the heart.
You don't kiss. She said, "Kiss the tongue kissing is like swapping spit."
Yeah,
you know that's the first thing she said.
yeah.
You swap a spit. She said, "You might as well open up your mouth and let the boy just spit in it."
Straight trickery. Straight trickery.
And then when she said that,
I didn't get that. I didn't get that warning.
I didn't get that neither. I seen my father hitting it though. When I seen my father hitting it, I already knew it was all right. You know what I'm saying? When I was real young, I seen him hitting it. You know, I cracked that door and seen that thing. I think he looked at me. I think he looked over his shoulder at me too. I think he did. I was so young. I kind of don't remember. Stop. No, he ain't stopped. I left. When I think that's when I kind of got away from the door. I don't even know if he saw me or not, because the door was just cracked and shit. He was in there banging that thing out. I had the doggy dog. I was like, what the? Yeah, I heard that shit. I went to look.
I couldn't, because it ain't no way. Ew.
I saw my mama and got in trouble. Like, break the damn door. And then my sister was up there looking like, oh.
It wasn't my mother. Him and my mother wasn't together. It wasn't my mother he was hitting. It was somebody else.
Yeah, that's why it was. That's why it was okay for you to watch, because it was your mother. You probably would have had a traumatic experience.
You know, maybe did I have a traumatic?
I ain't let stuff get traumatic with me when I was a kid. I wasn't out that cloth. You know what I mean? It just wasn't. We just didn't. I just didn't have that. It just didn't affect us. Me like that.
I started my cycle late, right? I was a late bloomer. I was in the 7th grade, or maybe I was right on time with it. My cycle came 1 or 2 times, then I didn't see it no more again till I was 17. So I was already traumatic, you know, and my grandmother taking me to the doctor thinking that I'm having sex when I ain't even doing nothing. And she thought I was, so I had a lot of like,
Did you have a chastity? Did you have a chastity? Did they give you a chastity belt or anything?
They put it around my mind. They put it around, they put the shit around my mind. And it was hard for me to break them chains. And then, you know, and then I believe the old Ismies, the old wives' tale, like if a boy blow on your coochie, the air gonna travel to your heart and your heart will bust. And I just, you know, because we didn't know nothing about this, you know. I was like, oh no. And when it happened to me, I kid you not, my Aunt Ann to tell you, Felicia tell you, I called her in the middle of the night crying. She thought I did some drugs because I kept telling her, I'm gonna tell you where to find the body at. She was like, to find the body? She was like, what did you do? She was like, what did you do, fool? What did you take? And I was like, oh, tell you know to find the body, because I was seriously waiting to die. Because I took that trick. Like, that's good, huh? You know, and you get excited. And when he went down there and did the little thing, I had a feeling that I never felt before. I was like, I said, what did you do? I felt that air blowing in, and I was tingling. I said, I'm dying. I'm dying. If I would have let him continue, I might have had an orgasm that night.
Yeah, probably. That's, you know, it's so terrible how we scare, or our parents scare us. My mom did not scare me sexually. She sat me and my sister down, and she drew a diagram for the female reproductive system, the male reproductive system. She told us everything, you know. So of course, she didn't go into sex, you know, specifics. But I wasn't afraid, because I mean, you know, outside of the religious part of it, I wasn't scared of none of that. My mother didn't play that superstitious bull crap. She was very real with us, to the age of our understanding, you know. But
you know,
church though.
It wasn't even my mother telling me this. It was my girlfriend's mother, because when I came on my cycle, when I was 13, I asked my mother one question: Mom, what does sex feel like? And she yelled at me. She was like, what? You plan on having it? And I was like, no, didn't plan no plans on it. But she scared me so much. Like, I felt like I can't talk to you about shit going on with my body, because you were so vicious attacking me, thinking I'm out here doing something. And then if I couldn't talk to my mama, who's the next best thing to talk to? Your girlfriend's mama.
Your friend's mama, yeah.
She's teaching us. She teaching me and Scarlett at the same time, telling us about boys. I see y'all looking at the boys. And she was spot on in our movement and our activity. She was like, I see y'all looking at them boys. Like, how'd she know we was looking at them? How she, you know, so we believed what she was saying. She was priming us real good and scaring us at the same time, telling us these old crazy stories. And, you know, and I was believing them. Scarlett was like, ah. But I took them for true.
I don't know. I was in the 70s. I mean, the 70s, you know, like.
That was the 80s, nigga.
I know. See, I was in the 70s. It was a little bit more Woodstock era and the free love and you know what I mean? So when I was born, you know, seeing something butt naked and shit like that wasn't outside of the realms of the day. You know what I'm saying? No. You might see something like that. Somebody might moon you out the window of their car while the guy driving down the road and shit. You see a big ass and a coochie hanging out the window. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was just a little different. That's why you was finger
popping at 8.
No, but I'm saying it was. I mean, that was that was different. It was a different time, a different day. You know what I mean? It was just different. You know, there's a little bit more free. You know what I mean? Now this stuff is they don't get me wrong. They wild now. They free as a motherfucker, but it's different. It's a different free. You know what I mean? It's just a little different.
They was a stinky free.
Stinky. Yeah, even though everybody had an afro one way or another. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no color barrier in that. Everybody had a bush. You know.
Do you remember your sexual oral experience? Your first oral experience?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. I remember the first time I really got took on.
No, not you. The first time you licked the coochie.
It wasn't my first head experience, but it was the first time somebody went ham on me and had me all squirmy, and when she got up, her head was busted from my hands. I just, you know, fucked her head, fucked her hair up. Just, you know what I mean? Like just tore a nigga to a whole other thing. Like, oh shit, oh. Yeah, I remember that one, but I don't like the other stuff. Was just kind of like curious stuff, kind of just. It was almost like playing back in the day. You know what I mean? Because it was just different. Like I said, we used to play hide and go get it. You know what I mean? And that was you catch the girl. You might be rubbing on her titties or touch the coochie. It depends on who you catch. You know what I'm saying? Depending on who you catch.
Because if you caught me, JoJo, I would have quit like I always did. I was like, I quit.
Yeah, I hear that. You just needed to be in a little freakish environment. That's all. You know what I mean? You was being handcuffed when you should have been let loose in the field. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah, I think I missed out on some pretty good sex. I mean, when I look back.
No, but you know what? Men had way more. You know, you guys have more freedom sexually than we do. Even the church boys get more booty than the church girls do. We always seem to get more. Yeah, we seem to be more convicted and tied down, you know, than the boys. And it's like that everywhere. Men have more freedom sexually, and then when women start to sexually express themselves, you know.
It's a little different though, because y'all receiving it. It's different.
I know. Yeah, I know. But that's what I'm saying. So it's like, because we're the receivers, if we are more sexually active or whatever, then she's considered a hoe. And it might just she might just be done slept with a few people, but she's still considered a hoe.
You're right about that. I consider her to give me a call. That's what I consider her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, Louise, them church boys are freaky, you know, and they show the way freaky, they sneaky too. Well, I know, because I used to sing in a choir, and we used to travel with the pastor because we were singing in the choir, and the people that playing the keyboards and stuff, we were teenagers. Them boys was freaky. This one boy, he a pastor now. He choked the hell out of me, and I did not know he was choking me because he liked me. He took his jacket and wrapped it around my neck.
Damn.
Like, he was like,
did you like it?
Oh no, ain't no like, because we'd have been up in their record. Don't play with me.
With me all the time because
JoJo said, "Did you like her?"
No, I was he picked with me because he liked fighting me.
Did you have a safe word real quick? Did he give you a safe word real quick?
No, it was a Jesus, because he was choking. They was like, "Get your jacket off his face."
You said he was Jesus?
Wait a minute. That's probably what happened to my voice why I can't sing no more. Choke the hell out of me. He would take his
Damn.
jacket and throw it around my what the,
Damn.
That's a little.
That's rough
It's
right
funny
there.
the stuff you used to fight when you're younger, and now you be like, all right, go ahead, you can do that.
Yeah, then let me choke you now. Now I'm the one
Go
choking.
ahead.
Like I
That's
said,
right
I used
there.
to run. Now I run too. I used to run from. Now I run too. It was like, wait a minute. And I can remember my first almost gave head, but I was willing to do it. But then he was uncircumcised, and I was like,
He had that elephant skin on his head.
you know. So he said, pull it down, and I pulled it down, and I smudged. He said, what are you doing? I'm like, oh no, I took the wet wipes out of my purse.
Oh,
and
hell no.
I'm like, oh no. He said, what are you doing? I said, it's dirty. He got mad, and I didn't put it in my mouth. He was mad, and I was like, I'm sorry.
He should have ate a motherfucking a sub first or something, and then rubbed his hands on that motherfucking juices down there and get you excited or something.
No,
You know
it had
what I mean?
lit and shit. I'm pulling it back, and I'm like, ew.
That
This
nigga
lit. I'm
smell
like,
like
oh, ain't no
onion,
way. I ain't sucking nothing that smell like nobody belly button. Man,
Yo,
do better.
some onion rings.
They
Onion
needed
sticks.
to do better. Ain't that right? Ain't that right, Rodney? Y'all men need to do better. If your balls is smelly and musty, please don't expect a woman to go down and suck some musty balls, especially if your belly button, if your balls smell like somebody's belly button. If your penis smell like a belly button, a woman ain't gonna put her mouth. Not a real woman. Hell no. You wash that. Hell, and then he got mad, and then I couldn't give him no fellatio. The one time I was willing, I was like, no, boo. When I peeled that banana back, I'm like, pull your cap back, Blue.
Yo, peel the banana
the cap right back up over it. He said, what are you doing? I'm closing it up. I was about to unfold the banana. You know, you pull all that skin down, and you get there, then you're like, oh, that's the peanut. Oh, then you're like, oh no, smelling like Limburger cheese and shit. Like, oh no, you done screw somebody with a yeast infection and try to bring him out. Like, oh no, it was like, like what is you doing?
Yo. You was great getting a jock neck. You was great getting.
I pulled that skin right back over it, right like I pulled it down. I pulled it back over. It was like, hey, look, and you know who you are out there, because you know who had to pull the baby wipe out on there. And they like, what is you doing? I said, cleaning it. This dirt.
Oh my goodness.
They just got lint on it, and he got offended. Why you give me some lint?
Happy Friday. Good weekend.
So now I bet you don't go nowhere without no baby wipes now. You got them on you at all times.
Have a good weekend, JoJo.
Love you, JoJo. But the baby wipes, Rodney, was for cleanup. You know, I carry them now because wet ones are always good. But I didn't know I had to need a wet one because my boyfriend didn't wash his dingling properly. You know? And how long was it not washed for it to stink? I'm just wondering. Because if you ain't washing that, is you washing the rest of your body? How come men don't think they got to bathe?
Well, if he wasn't taught to pull the foreskin back, then he might just be washing everything but that. That's why you gotta teach your kids, especially if you don't get them circumcised. Like my oldest son is not circumcised, so I taught him, you know, or I told his father to explain to him, but I also told him too. My youngest,
so
his dad was like, no, he gets circumcised.
So I hope he's circumcised now.
Okay.
He was in his early 20s, and I was 19. So I hope he got it fixed now. Because that was now with the condom on, you can't tell no difference with the condom on, right? Beautiful with the condom on. Don't know nothing. But when you ask to do, nope. Couldn't do it. Maybe that's why we broke up. Next thing I knew, my cousin was jumping up and down. I was like, dang it, bitch. Didn't no respect. But I guess she said, what you won't do, I do. Do it all, boo. Go on. Don't do it all.
Reese, no.
What?
That's what they say. What you won't do, another person will. Man or woman.
The lead problems.
What you say, Rodney?
I'm about to switch because I can't hear y'all. I can't hear y'all. It keep on going out. I'm about to switch back to my phone. Hold on. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. But
yeah,
you know,
I my first time doing that. Don't lie.
Going out. It's going out. Can y'all hear me?
There you go. Now I'm good. Now I can hear you. I'm good now. My dick, you know,
Yes,
you just have to look at my green screen.
Yeah, I can hear you now too, Easy. Well, you know.
Okay, that's because I'm driving. No, I said, why do we say that?
Why do men say what? You want
to? Oh, okay. Maybe I thought it was my computer. Maybe it wasn't.
No, she's driving. She's driving.
No, I'm driving. Can y'all hear me?
I hear you now.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yes.
No, I say, why do y'all tell when when you're younger? Why do you say it's like a lollipop? It's not like a lollipop at all. And you have to acquire the taste. So I tried it with my kid's father, and I didn't really start giving head until I got married, but to him. But I was young. But he was doing me, which I told him he didn't have to, but he said he liked to, so I let him do it.
So he liked it. Did you like it?
Oh, I'm a pro, dog. Yeah, I love it.
Easy, did you like getting
oh shit, you talking about? Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I'm coming back to you because
No, you fine.
So you like getting it, but do you give it? Do you like?
No, I didn't like getting it at first. It took me a while before I liked it, but eventually I did. So
I didn't like it. But Rodney, now, Mr. Dad mentality.
My wife loves it.
So do you love it though? Do the
I love. I'm a willing giver and a willing receiver. I'm both.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't got no problem. My wife is very much loves to receive too. She's all about that life.
She don't mind putting a crick in your neck. She be like, do it. Look, because y'all men want a woman to do it till she get lockjaw, and women want the man to do it till he get a crick in his neck. Move that head, nigga. Move that head. You all down there? Is this what you want, baby? Like this to the left, to the right. You want to top side on the coochie to the left.
Nah, I'm 23 years in, so I'm a pro at it now. My wife lasts shorter time than me now. I can make it happen real quick.
Oh, shucks. Go ahead, Rodney, Mr. Cunnilingus.
I'm a pro at that. Don't worry about it. She makes sure that happens. Yeah, that's her go-to.
Like, okay, if the stick is down, if you can't stick it, lick it. That's what I was always.
But my wife like a dude. When she done. She try to act like she ready to go to bed and sleep. I'm like, oh nah, hell nah. Somebody fucking.
Oh no, she ain't right.
She is dirty. She'll try to. I'll bring her down here. She up there working out. She'll tell you herself.
Rodney, get up with face looking like a glazed donut, Weezy. Okay, let's get in the sheet. She probably look like, wait a minute. Your face.
I go wash my face and come back. She's snoring. I'm like, oh hell no.
See, that's how they get. Ain't no washing of the face. We done did all this stuff together. I done tasted you, you done tasted me. Let's go. Ain't nobody got time for that shit. No. Ain't no. If I gotta go through all that and no, hell no. We ain't washing nothing. Let's go. Cause we done already tasted all of that. Let's go. Ain't try to be cute now. Don't try to be cute. Let's go.
No, I learned my lesson.
It's go time. It's go time. So yeah, that was the first time I actually was able to do it, because I didn't do it because it was uncircumcised. Then my next boyfriend or quote unquote lover was too big. I couldn't even sex him. I was like, that thing too big. I said, no, it hurt the size of my mouth. You ain't cracking my mouth. No, you too. And he left me. And my girlfriend, BJJ, Barbara, done took that dick. I was like, David was so cute. He looked like Humpty Hump. And I was just in love with David. Little did I know David was the same one that blew on me in the hotel. And I couldn't give David what he needed. I wasn't freakish enough. I was too green. And I see David was peeling off the layers of meat. And I didn't know that. And I was like, I can't do that. I don't do that. I can't do that. You know, it was like all of this can't do, won't do, you know. Like I said, I used to run from it. Now I run to it. Now I know how to do everything now. For the first, I know how to ride, the doggy style, the slingshot, the wheelbarrow, reverse cowgirl, and reverse cowboy, up, down, in and out, all that stuff. Before, I was always like this, covering this up, like that missionary style, like this, like I'm in a coffin.
You used to be scared in missionary? What?
I was when I started, I was like this, covering the chest up, you know, because he had big boobs. So I was covering them all up. Didn't want nobody to see. You know, it was just like, it was a thing. I didn't even want to take my clothes off.
All right, so you know, my wife is a yoga instructor. I encourage all women to learn how to do the spider pose. And that right there, yeah, the spider pose. Yeah, you can Google it, look it up. Yeah, that thing right there changed your life. Huh?
Is that when you holding your ankles on your back?
No, nah. Spider pose is basically your face and chest to the ground and your ass arched completely in the air, but your legs are flat too. It's weird. You gotta see it.
Okay, I'll see that.
Matter of fact, I got a video on Facebook when my wife started doing yoga and she took over my basement. And we did a video on Facebook. It's on hers too, the Zen Den 80. Y'all can check it out. Where the Zen Den 80 on Facebook, Instagram.
The Zen Den 80.
The Zen Den 80, yeah.
The Zen Den 80.
And you can check it out. We did a video. It was probably about a year ago when she came and took over my basement, and then I came downstairs, and then she was like, I was like, oh, hell no, you got to get all your shit out of here. And then she goes, oh, really? Look at this. And then she does the spider pose. And then I was like, oh, no, you can stay, baby. You can stay. So, you know, yeah, you got to check that one out. It's almost like doggy, but your face and your chest is in the ground. The only thing up is your ass, and your legs are like almost flat, but your ass is in the air, and she was holding her ankles at the same time. So, you know, yeah, it's a pose for you.
Rodney, I got a question. It's a question for you, Rodney, because it said, why does guys want us to hear the kitty smacking sound?
Why does guys want us to hear the kitty? You talking about when you're hitting it? You talking about the guap guap sound?
It says why girls don't. Why girls don't want us to hear the kitty smacking sound, that moist sound. I thought, why do men want to hear it? First of all,
I'm talking about that guap, that sound. It sound like you mixing macaroni and cheese. That's what you're talking about. Yeah, because that's a pure sign of vulnerability. If a nigga got you sounding like macaroni and cheese, he doing something right. You know what I'm saying?
So
He
that's
doing
why
something right.
that's why the woman don't want the men to hear it. I like
Well,
to hear
you know,
that
they
sound.
get so, you know, they get so
Talking to
conscious
you.
about it.
Shoot, I like to hear that sound because that means the kitty talking to you. You be like, yeah, daddy, make that kitty talk. She's talking to you. Hear what she's saying? That's me. And that's because I became a freak later on in life. But women, why do women don't like to hear that sound? Maybe they think it's nasty.
I don't know why. I don't know why. I love that sound. I love making it sound like that. That's when I know I'm doing it right. That make me more excited.
I love it too. That lets me know our stuff stay wet. That lets
There
me
you
know.
go.
The
There you go.
sound.
But you gotta usually if you gotta make that sound, then you know you giving it that demon dick, and sometimes they don't know how to handle it. That's why they don't want to. They get nervous. I think
Woo!
that's when you giving. That's when you know. That's when you know the stroke game on point right there. When you start hearing that macaroni and cheese sound like it's all mixing up in there. Yeah. You know that's when you know you hitting that guts. So you know they get all worried about it.
Thinking about it. I can't wait till I get my next Mr. My next, I can't wait till the one I get, when I get off of this hiatus that I'm on, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna hurt you.
All right, well, I'm gonna reach out to some of my boys. They come and just take care of you. That way you ain't gotta wait for them.
You got a list. Wait a minute. You might be able to help me find my forever.
Oh no, all my older brothers married, so I can't get them. But I got some cousins. Yeah, I got some cousins.
Okay.
Yeah, I got one cousin though. Don't fall asleep afterwards because you might be losing stuff. You know, stuff might be disappearing when he leave. You gotta watch out for him. I ain't gonna mention him, but you know.
No, I don't want sticky fingers. I don't want hustle, man. He be asking for some gas money. I'm coming to see you spend the night. Gotta get some gas money. I had enough of them in my day. Man, I was dating one dude. Woo! Man, my son, we used to keep change all around the house. Jars of change, you know, like my little dishes, he would fill it up with change. When I was dating, seeing that Joker, all the silver was gone. All the silver was gone. Wait a minute, Gwen saying something. Hold up. Gwen says,
don't
shout
out to the Gwen factor.
What she say? Can you see? Ronnie said, don't forget.
She said not to mess. Huh? Don't forget. Hold on. I said tonight because don't forget she's at Union Stage tonight, and because their funny festival at the Wharf.
Yes, she's part of the festival because they are funny. Yes, she's gonna be on the 10:30 stage. Tonight, Friday at 10:30. Okay, it's the late night lab, Jokes Lab. She's gonna be at the Joke Lab, late night lab with Rob Gordon. Y'all know Rob Gordon, actress, comedian Rob Gordon. She gonna be down there tonight with him. And at 740, the location, I'm gonna give them the address. 740 Water Street, Southwest Washington, D.C. 740 Water Street, that's right on the wharf. Y'all be careful. Go to Eventbrite. She got the link up here in the chat. Yes. Y'all go ahead and check my girl out, the Gwen Factor. And Sherry Shepherd's in town too. So Sherry, y'all write them letters and send Sherry. Say, look, let that girl go over there and perform for you, Sherry. She funny.
Hey Reese, let me ask you a question. Rodney? If you had is there one person that you had a relationship with that you feel that you would go back to if the opportunity presented itself?
Yes.
You want
my son's father.
Your son's father?
My son, okay. Yeah, my son's father. I have never loved any. I know it sounds crazy. My son is 30 years old. We had a bad relationship. Brad Ricker, he wasn't there. You know, I'm a single mother raising and struggling. But he's the only man that I ever lived with in my life. That was the only man. And I was young. when we was living together. I never played house or lived with no man day in and day out before. He was the only man, and I haven't lived with a man since I had a boyfriend that stayed like 3 nights out of a week over, but not living together.
Okay.
And I learned a lot about him. He learned a lot about me. I regret maybe not fighting hard enough for him, because back then when we broke up, he was cheating. He, because I'm friendly. He thought one of my girlfriends that tried to get him I don't know if they ever did anything or not. He said, I don't like her. She said, I don't like him. But she was trying to flip him her way so she could tell me he ain't no good. He thought I'm out there. She lying to him saying, oh, Reese doing this, Reese doing that. Reese wasn't doing jack. So he went out there and he cheated. He got caught. I came home early. He had a broad up in that place. I regret now whooping Stan and whooping her ass and whooping his ass and saying, nigga, you mine. We here together. I regret not fighting for him, because at that time I was like, oh no, I'm the queen. What? Poof, be gone. I was on something different. I was on school. I was on working. My mind was on something different. And I was like, the disrespect, it was so prevalent that I was like, get out of my face. I don't ever want to see you again. It was like that. So if I did it over, I will understand that relationships, that couples go through certain things sometimes, even being unfaithful. We probably would have ended up getting married,
No, I was just curious. I was just wondering, I threw that out to some people a while ago, see if anybody had anybody. Everybody has one at least. I don't, because I married mine, so I can't, I can't say that.
You married yours. I should have married mine.
Yeah, but like I said, our road was not. It was not 23 years married. It was not an easy road. We are where we are now because of all the turmoil and the stuff that we went together. I mean, the first 2 years of our marriage, you would have thought we ain't like each other. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. We were young. We never lived with anybody. We were young and we never lived with anybody. So we moved in. We got married and moved in together. Boom, that was it. And we had a baby. So, it was all one thing. It was just learning each other, man. It got to the point where I hated the way she rolled the toothpaste, stuff like that. So, but that's all young stuff, all stuff that don't even really matter. Now we old, none of that shit matters, None of that shit that was important to you back then mattered. Now it's a total different thing, So we got each other back now. Now it's us against the world.
Y'all stayed in the fight. See, that's how we were. Tyree wasn't born yet. I took him back and then ended up getting Tyree, and he had me pregnant and another girl pregnant at the same time. He was doing that. The same girl he caught cheating with. It was just like it was too close. But if I think back now, we could have worked things out. We could have, I let my pride and my friends get in the way. They like, girl, you don't need him, blah, blah, blah. He did this and he did that. And he tried to come on to me. And it was like, you what? It was like all that kind of stuff. And then when you talk to him, he was like, no, she tried to come on to me. That's why I said she ain't your friend. It was a time of confusion, young, and just a lot of anger, and I was like, man, I'm the queen. And that's how, I felt I was the queen, and you don't do this to the queen. But we was learning. We was young, But
I made a decision when my dad used to cheat on my mother when I was young. So I made a decision because I was the mother's boy. I was the youngest of the 3 boys. And I saw my mom's pain, and I was like, yeah, when I get married, I'd never cheat on my wife, and I always kept to that. And but the biggest thing, but my mom was a G though, son. My dad would go. The messed up thing, my dad was banging his best friend's wife. So
you bang your best friend's wife?
Yeah,
my dad. That's your best friend.
Yeah, well, he was doing it. And one day, my mom took her car. Took me in the car, took me over to his best friend's house. My dad was over there, went and took his car and left her car. just so he know that she know he over there fucking that bitch. That's what she did.
Oh, traded cars on him.
Yeah,
But then
she
what
went and took the
happened to the best friend? Did the band know?
I was young, so I don't know if the dude knew, but everybody in our household knew. My brothers knew, I knew, my mom knew. So I don't know if the guy
Knew, but
I don't know if the guy ever knew that, when my dad passed away, it wasn't actually him. They're still married because I saw her probably, my dad passed away over 20 years ago. So, but I saw her like maybe 10 years ago and she was still with her husband. So, but I don't know. But yeah, he was banging her, and my mom went and changed it. Then my mom left him for a while, but then he came and back there and said he don't want nobody else. My mom started dating another guy. And then he was like, I don't want nobody else raising my children. So my mom came back and shit. But then my dad started going to church, found God and stuff like that, and became a total different person. You know what I'm saying? So
he was like the streets. He about to lose his family for the streets.
Yeah.
The streets ain't where it's at. And you know what? My kid's father, I can't say my kid because my son is 30 now. And I'm trying to talk to him. We would have tried to get a relationship going, as a man. My son's like, what are you gonna say to me now? Why he want to talk to me now? People are trying to, you gotta forgive people. Forgiveness is for you. People trying to get right. There's nothing that he could say to raise him. He missed all the special times. But by you being only 30 and this man 50-some years old, you can learn something from him. Let him teach you what you do know. Let him teach. He taught you. Didn't he teach you that not to cheat? Didn't he teach you how to be because whatever he was, you weren't trying to be. So when you get in your mind, when you get your woman, you're going to respect her, you're going to do this, you're going to do X, Y, and Z. So he taught you something without even really teaching you something. His absence taught my son something. And I was telling him that. I was saying him not being there taught you something. So you're going to be a better person, and all that. But I'm telling my son to talk to the man because the man coming to me and was like, you got to be the go-between. I'm like, why I got to be the go-between? He said, because Tyree not going to receive me. I'm like, if Tyree don't receive you, I feel like if I'm the go-between,
he still ain't receiving you.
My son don't want me to be a go-between. My son want Ace to call. He said, tell him to call me. He was like, he said, go ahead and give him my number. He can call me.
Yeah. And don't be the go-between, man. If he wants to forge a relationship with his son, and I always think about that, man. But even if it's too late, let's say it's too late with my child or whatever, you got grandchildren that might be coming up. I want to at least have a good enough relationship with my son that I have an opportunity to experience my grandchildren, to experience even his life, his wife. Like I always tell my wife, man, my dad would have loved to have met her. You know what I'm saying? And my dad, unfortunately, my dad died when I was 11 years old. So, my older kids, and they never get experience. They got to experience my mother, but I mean, it's still the same thing, man. I call my oldest brother my dad. He's 15 years older than me. Ooh. So I call him my granddad. He's the granddad of my side of the family for me. And he has no problem giving me his fucking opinion, even if I don't ask for it. No problem.
Brother. You got 3 brothers?
I got 3 brothers. So I got 2 real brothers. I have a third that's a stepbrother, but we don't call him a stepbrother. And I have a stepsister who we don't call a step. We brothers and sisters. So I got 3 brothers and 1 sister.
Kids on your father's side?
Yeah. So before my father married,
mom only had 3 boys, but he had some outside kids.
Yeah. Well, he was married before he married my mom. And his wife, it's a sad story, but I'll give you the quick version. He was married before he married my mom. His wife was brutally murdered by her ex-boyfriend.
Oh my gosh.
And then that guy ended up disappearing, of course, and my dad had to leave. This is all in North Carolina. And he came up to DC. He came up to DC and then that's when he met my mom. So he had 2 kids in North Carolina before he came up here to DC. And then he met my mom when he came up here in DC. And then, but she always raised him. Once they got married and stuff like that, my older brother, my older sister, my mom was very much, they called her mom. She was very much a mother to them.
Wow.
So, but but like I said, man, he got grandkids to think about. He got a lot of future to think about, man. He should be happy that he's alive and be able to have this opportunity. Don't waste it, man. That's what I would say to him. If I was talking to him, I would tell him that, don't waste it, man. You got a lot of opportunity. You're alive. You well, man. There's a lot of things for the future. So, grandkids, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And shoot, he still might have a chance. Y'all might still get back together. You listen to this podcast, get his act right.
Get your act right. Listen to the podcast. Well, look, NYC Playboy said now he wants to have a relationship with his 30-year-old son. I'm here for it, but be careful. The dude may need a kidney. Oh, wow.
Hey, man, you got to. Hey, forgive me.
I don't know. He just said, I don't know if he want a relationship with his son. He should. He said he do. He said that he regret what he did. He said he regret leaving. He said, I regret leaving you and my kid. He said that. And he said he know he's going to bust hell wide open for what he did. He said he's a changed person now. He's trying to live on a path of peace. That's why he came back and told us that he was sorry. So he want to move on with a path of peace. So I guess it's a point where if Tyree's going to accept him, or if he's not going to accept him, he want to move on with peace now. He admit what he did. He said he was sorry. Now what? Where do you go now?
Well, it takes time. It doesn't begin with just I'm sorry. You got to put in work too, man. Because if everything ended with I'm sorry, that's bullshit. To me, he owes your son. The dad. The dad owes the son. So the son don't owe him shit. He owes him. So therefore he need to put in the work. It ain't just I'm sorry. Oh, okay, I said I'm sorry, and if he forgives me, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. That's bullshit. That's bullshit right there. Because if you truly sorry, then you're gonna do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes is what you need to do. And hey man, tell him to listen to dad mentality. We talk about shit like this all the time. And I would love to get your son on the podcast too and just talk about that, because we're discussing this week coming up. We're discussing, I don't know if you the Kirk Franklin documentary where he just met his dad at 53 years old for the first time, and his mother had been lying to him the whole time. Did you see that?
So the mother is the reason why he didn't know his father.
Well, the mother told him somebody else was his father all his life, and both of them left him. And he was adopted, Kirk Franklin.
Oh, wow.
He was adopted and had a rough life. And the dude he thought was his dad died. And then he found out at 53 that dude wasn't even his dad. It was somebody else. And he met his dad, and his dad, he met at 53, apologized, said, I never knew you were out there. Your mom never told me. And then his mom came and told him that the test was a lie, that this dude was not his dad. And they went and took the test twice. You got to watch it. I mean, it's a tearjerker though. But that's something we're going to discuss, and we're going to discuss forgiveness. Like forgiveness is the toughest thing to do, but it's the thing you really need to do to move on with life. Because as long as you don't forgive somebody, you're holding that weight on you. And until you forgive them, once you forgive them, man, it's like a release. It's like that weight is gone away, man. So, it's something that I feel is important. Forgiveness is definitely important. So, we're going to be talking about it this week.
I used to be hard like that, Rodney, and you're right. It is the weight on you because it's so much harder to hate a person than it is to let it go. I used to hate my son's father. He don't know, but the world gonna know. I was going to put a hit on him. My cousin, when we broke up the first time when I said I left him, because we could have worked it out. Because we got physically in a physical altercation, you know, because it was like this what, you know, one of them kind of fights. That was the first fight. And my cousin was in jail, was incarcerated. I think he was in DC General at the time. He still was out there in them streets because he told my son's father, go look out the window. He looked out there, he had the cars of shooters down there waiting for him. He said, if you ever put your hand on my cousin again, the car door opened and he got scared and the car door closed. He said, if you ever touch her again, that something gonna come out of that car for you. And that let him know, like, damn, this dude is in jail and there's a car in my neighborhood. I'm looking out the window and you tell me, I didn't even know nothing about it afterwards. And he was like, you trying to get me killed, your cousin? And then when I went to ask my cousin, he said, you damn right. He said, Aunt Sally told me that he hit you. And we don't play that in this family. And I was like, oh my gosh. I got scared for him because I knew the type of people my cousin was. I was like, nigga, you done it. You done it now. But I forgave him. I had a contract on him because I felt like you don't want to be a father. I used to stalk this man. He had a brand new Beretta. I would take a toothpick and put it in the lock and break it off in the lock. He come out baloney on the car in the summertime. And everything, because it was dark blue. My favorite color, blue. And I was like, oh, you don't want to pay for diapers and milk. How about a key? How about some tires? How about some? I was in a different mindset. And I was going to get dealt with because I was like, how dare you? I was so angry. How dare you leave me? I'm supposed to be your best friend. I didn't leave you when you was there. I was always there for you. But you leave me and your seed. You used to say how your father made you feel and all this and that. But you gonna turn around and do the same thing to your child? And I'm a ride or die mother. I go hard for my son. I go in. So when we was trying to get the blood test done, he had sent somebody to do the blood test. That's what all of this boils down to. He didn't take the blood test. He did his in Virginia. I did mine in Maryland. But he gave somebody.
He gave somebody else the swab or whatever. I got you. Yeah.
They did the blood test back then, and you know they take pictures of who do the blood test, right?
Yeah.
So when I first got my DNA, it said that he wasn't the father. I said, oh no, because I know what it is. I said 3 things could have happened. The lab messed up. That nigga didn't take that test. Or I'm the new Jesus. This immaculate conception. And my mother, my own mother was like, well, DNA don't lie, DNA. I said, the DNA don't lie, but a nigga will. DNA, you right, DNA don't lie, but a nigga will all day, every day. And twice on Sunday. My grandmother coming to me, baby, if you was out there like that, you know, let us know. I was like, I wasn't. Rodney, they had me crying. And I went to the caseworker. I said, I want to see the picture of who took the specimen, right?
Good.
So she calls over and I told her, I said, because I don't think he did it. I don't think he took the test. Don't you know they sent the picture and that wasn't the man? I said, who is this nigga? I said, who is this? You know, and I showed my mother and my grandmother, said, I told you he was lying. They was believing I was out there in the street hoeing. See, that's another thing. I guess that's why sex.
I don't know if that was a hard sell. I mean, they probably was just looking at the odds and was like, you know,
DNA. They believe in what the DNA. But I'm like, you didn't believe in me. They didn't believe in me, Rodney. So I got my proof. And so Virginia is messed up because Virginia said now he got to go in front of a judge to explain why he ain't the man on the test or whatever. They never called me and Tyree back to do the blood test again. Why? I don't know.
Well, they already had your blood. They just needed his.
But you know, and that's where it went. And then Maryland, PG County had him in the absent parent locators. My thing is this: after you do a stunt like this, that means you know you the daddy. Because if you didn't think, if a man think he ain't the father, he'd be the first one. Give me the blood test. That ain't my kid. Give me the blood test. But you knew that was your kid.
Well, he was the father.
That's why then that's because he had another chick pregnant at the same time where he was living with. And she said, if this come out to be your child, I'm putting you out. You ain't gonna see your kid no more. All of this and all of that. I'm like, bitch, I was here first. He should have told me that because I would have roughed her off again. Because I was waiting to rough her off. She should have told me that. Yeah, you would have saw your kid and you would have did, you know, but I don't know where you would live because at that time I was still mad, didn't want you back. Maybe if I would have been like, come on back over here, he would have been back over here. But because I was so mean and honoring, it was like, I'm gonna kill you. It was like, stay it away, you know. But you did that. And then you apologized for it. I forgave all of that. You tried to make me look like a fool. You left me to be a single parent alone. You didn't, you know, you hurt me to my heart because I thought you was my best friend. Not only that, and then people are asking me, how can you even fix your mouth to say you still have a heart for that man or love that man? How can you even fix your mouth to say you forgive that man? People still want me to hate him, Rodney, now, but I don't. I don't have any hate in my heart for him. I have love, actually. Love and animosity. You know, I don't have no animosity. When they thought I was dying, he was at every hospital that I was in. He came there. He came there like at midnight. He told the doctors and stuff. I was in a hospital for a long time. He was even at Doctors Hospital where I started getting sick. They transferred me to University of Maryland Medical Center, infectious ward, disease ward. You know, he even came there. I opened my eyes and he was there rubbing my feet. I was in a lot of pain. And I opened my eyes. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, what are you doing here? He was like, they said you wasn't going to make it. And it hurts me to my heart. And I want to be here for, you know. And I was like, what? And then when I got to the other place, he came and saw me there when they was clearing me out of the woods. So, and he's telling people that he's my husband, but he come late at night not to run into my family. He was scared to see any of them. And he was there. That was before my son came home. So he you know, because Tyree was in Texas, and I was in the hospital October, November, the month of December. I was in the hospital the month of January, and then February came. They let me come home, and then I had to go right back in for 2 weeks so they can reverse the ostomy bag they had on me. It was a trying time back then, but he was there. And I remember I'm on my deathbed because I was thinking that if this is the end for me, I said, look me in my eyes and tell me he ain't your son. I said, tell me right here, right now, me, you, and God. He said, I can't do that. I said, why not? Why you can't look me in the eye and tell me that he not yours? Tell me. I want you to tell me. He was like, you know, I can't do that. He said, all I know what the paper said. And I said, you know that paper lying. He was still going on about talking about what the paper said. I did take it. I said, that paper lying, and I got the picture to prove it. I said, look me in my eye. I can't do that. I said, look, if I don't make it, I want my child to know that he's not in this world alone. He wouldn't be because he had people on my side, you know, family. But, you know, it ain't nothing like your parents. That's your blood. That's how you became here. And he said, I promise you that I would take care of Tyree. And I'm like, So I made it through. So we know, I don't know what that looked like or whatever. But I know that Joker was there every hospital. So I'm thinking, well, maybe that Joker do feel something for me as well. Why he showing up? Why he at the hospital? Why, you know, at first I was thinking, oh, he thought he think I'm gonna die, then he gonna sue. But how he gonna sue? Because we was never married. You know, so what was really in it for him? What's your take? You a man. What was it? Is the love why he was making sure?
It's love. I mean, I would say it's still love. I mean, I still love a lot of people, even though we may not be friends or whatever the case may be, you know. So it was. I definitely think it was love. I mean, because you don't go to no hospital to see a person, and I think it was a lot of regret because he did a lot of things wrong. That's what it sounded like to me. It's like you did a lot of things wrong, and you know that you got to make some type of amends for what you did. You know, And you know, yeah, because I mean that's what it sounds like to me. Like he know he did you wrong, so he wants to make sure that everything's good, especially when he thought that you were getting ready to die. You know what I'm saying? That he wanted to apologize and wanted to let you know that, you know, I mean, you make mistakes, man. Hey, everybody's not the same, man. I feel that every 10 years you become a different person. So the person that he was 20 years ago, 30 years ago, he ain't the person today. I know I damn sure ain't. I ain't the person I was 10 years
I
ago.
ain't the person that I was 30 years ago either. You know, none of us are. You know, if we could go back, that's true. But that I allow for forgiveness. You have to allow for people to change. You know, people can change. Give them the room to change. A lot of times, people don't want us to change. You know, they bring back the old us or the bad us and throw that back up because that's what they remember. They don't want to go forward to see the new you. All I remember is a Reese who was a smart ass. I don't remember the kind Reese, or I don't see that because you're not getting a chance to see it because you won't let go of the past or the mean one. You know, and like I said, forgiveness is for us. Let's move forward. How do we move forward? I want to move forward in peace. I'm at that age. I want to enjoy the rest of my life. I don't want to hurt nobody. I want to love. I want to help. I want to be there, and I want to enjoy it. I don't want no strife. I don't want no anger. I don't want no bitter. I don't want no backside. I don't want none of those headaches. I had enough of that out of my life. I had a traumatizing childhood and upbringing and stuff that you've gone through, been through. That's why if y'all read Shades of Blue,
my wife's reading it.
I'm getting it right after her. I might have to buy my own copy next time I see you. Just to support.
Get your wife's book. It's like, you know.
She's still reading it. She won't, you know, yeah. We're not good at sharing. We're not good at that. If she have her own, I have my own. We keep it that way. Because, you know, next thing you know, she started talking about I folded a page or something or whatever the case may be. You know, we keep it that way. I might just go ahead and buy my own copy. That way I ain't got to worry about it. But, you know, I appreciate you. It's good stories. Unfortunately, I got to get ready to go soon. You know, you told me the show only lasts an hour. It's been like 2 hours every time I get on here.
That's because you be talking, Ronnie. You be talking. It's some good stuff, though. You know, it's a good conversation, and I want to have more. And I want to come on your show too. And I want you to see if I can get Tyree on your show because you can ask some questions. Y'all do your dad mentality. He needs a man. He needs to be around men like you and Melvin. He needs to be around positive, spiritual men. And when I say spiritual, I mean that believe in the Most High, that believe in something greater than themselves. You know, to navigate because he got to go where y'all are, where y'all been.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, like I said, I'm gonna definitely have you on the show. I gotta get the right topic that I want to have you on. Our next few topics, I don't feel are the right ones. I do feel like this forgiveness one, we're going to be talking, like I said, about Kirk Franklin's thing and his father, meeting his father at 52 and figuring out where you go from there type situation may relate to your son if he wants to come on. But my show is just like yours. If you want to come on for any reason, you can come on. But I try to keep it where we have a topic every week. And whatever that topic is, then I try to narrate the guest towards that topic. So when I have the right topic for you, which I'm thinking about it now, and I've been already thinking about it since I've been on your show. And once I get the right one, I'll definitely have you on, and we make sure we keep it, you know, do what we got to do. Unfortunately, we already did a woman in comedy with the Gwen Factor. Make sure you check out that episode. That episode is called The Strength of a Woman. Check out that episode. Gwen did that episode and she rocked it and we had a great time. So I don't want to do the same thing twice. So I got to figure out another topic to have you on, but I'll definitely do it. I would love, once I read your book, I'm sure I will have you on there for the book. That's great. You know what? That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the book
I'm going to read the book. And once I finish reading the book, I'll have you on the show, and we'll discuss your book and discuss the topics and things that happened in your book. That's perfect. That's perfect. That sounds like a deal.
It sounds like a deal. Y'all read the book he's talking about is this book right here, Shades of Blue by A.M. Morning. Y'all go ahead and get this book. And don't forget, go see Gwen Factor. Check her out tonight. Because they are funny. This whole weekend is going to be a festival of people. You go on one of them days, Rodney? You got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
My mom passed away in 2017. This is her birthday. I have a cookout every year for her birthday, even though she passed away. So I'm gonna be here with my family cooking out and celebrate my mom's birthday. I apologize. I can't go. Yeah, I got a bounce house outside my house right here. Got chicken in there marinating. I got all that stuff going on. So I got finished cleaning up my house today. So I wish I could, but I'll be at it. Trust me, you'll see me at another show. You know I show up. I show up and show out when I go to these shows.
Come to November the 5th. Get the guys, get the games, get everybody that's coming to the thing today over the weekend. Get everybody to come out at the Arlington Draft House on November the 5th. It's on a Sunday, y'all. But the show starts at 7 o'clock on a Sunday. It's an early show. Dave Carter, Just Call My Name, and I'm the feature for that show.
All right, I'll be there.
Definitely.
I'll be there, and I'll bring a crew with me.
Tickets are $20 at Eventbrite. So if they be like, how much is ticket? How much is tickets? $20 at Eventbrite. Because I think they sold out all of the they sold out all of the VIP seat or that the selective seating already. They sold that out the first week.
Oh man. All right. I gotta get my ticket soon then. All right, cool beans. I'll get on it. But you can catch me at everything, Dad Mentality Radio, Instagram. Question of the week. Can you be friends with somebody you were an enemy with? Is the question of the week. So there you go. Hop on my joint, answer the questions, send me a post, whatever. Check it out. Dad Mentality Podcast on everything.
On everything. And I just want to do the late night laughter, the joke lab with the Gwen Factor, and Rob Gordon is hosting that. The location is 740 Water Street, Southwest Washington, D.C. That's down there at the wharf. Get on there on Eventbrite. Go to Eventbrite Late Night Laughs and Jokes Lab. It's on Eventbrite already. And she got it in the comments down below. Rodney, I love you. You have a wonderful weekend. And I see you on Monday Madness. Hey, Rodney.
Yes.
A Monday is Columbus Day.
Yeah. Columbus never came to America. He never got here. He never even was here. Anyway, but go ahead. I ain't going to get into that. The book I'm reading, Black History is Fuck. That's the book I'm reading right now. And that one of the first things they talk about is Columbus never was in America. But anyway, we'll keep on going. Go ahead.
Sherry Shepherd, get me on your show, Sherry. I'm funny.
There you go, Sherry. Get her on.
Get me on, Sherry. Y'all flood Sherry Shepherd. Tell her have Reese on the show to do the funny at the 50 comedy thing and all that good stuff. We love y'all. Peace out. Molly Ma, you take us out. This is the time to do the robot.
There we go.
There we go. Getting slowly ass word. I'm getting good. Question.
In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat in. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smile. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you